Good afternoon all. In previous lecture, we had discussed with biomolecules, last topic enzymes, nomenclature of enzyme and cofactors. So now today, we will continue with the next chapter, 18th one, body fluid and circulation. Here in this chapter we will learn with human circulatory system. Here, as you know that my silly question is there that why circulatory system is important in the body. So immediate answer come in your mind that circulatory system is very essential for supply the oxygen and nutrients to the cells or the organ or the tissue, because each and every organ is living due to living tissue, and each and every living tissue is living due to living cells. And the cell is living why? Because constant metabolic process occur inside it. So, to perform continuous metabolic process in the body, the cells require constant oxygen as well as nutrients for oxidation. And after that it obtains the energy from it. Here you know that in each and every metabolic process, at the end of it, carbon dioxide and other waste products are also formed. So it is necessary to remove the carbon dioxide and all unnecessary products or harmful substances outside of the body. So for that, the animals consist circulatory system. So in very brief I will give the answer. I had already given that, but in very brief we say like that: supplement of the oxygen and nutrients to the required part of the body, and removal of carbon dioxide and waste products from the different parts of the body. So for that circulatory system is required there. Now circulatory system consists three systems. So circulatory system, yes, it cannot consist only blood, no way. Here the circulatory system consists arterial system, venous system and lymphatic system. So In arterial system and venous system, blood is transferred through it, whereas in lymphatic system, lymph is flow. Fine. So here we have two types of fluid inside our body. We have two types of fluid inside our body, blood as well as lymph. So blood is known as body fluid, blood is known as body fluid, whereas lymph is known as tissue fluid. Okay? Blood is known as body fluid, whereas lymph is known as tissue fluid. So in this chapter, first, before starting the topic, I want to tell you the brief information of this whole chapter. Initially, we will discuss with blood and its components. Along with that, the most important thing, blood group, and then clotting of blood. We will say that coagulation of blood. So these many topics are there related to blood and its components, blood group and blood clotting mechanism. Then in very brief we will discuss the information of the lymph within a short period of time only. Then I will continue with human heart, external structure, internal structure, and cardiac cycle. I mean to say whole heartbeat. One beating means what? Then you know that medically, to identify the function of the heart is done by ECG, electrocardiogram. So electrocardiogram, I will draw the normal ECG and what we indicate from it. Then double circulation, then regulation of heart function, how the heart function is regulated, and then at last I will discuss with the disorders of the circulatory system and the chapter is over. So this many topics I will discuss in this chapter. Fine. So I have given the brief idea for this. Okay, in first paragraph textbook, spongy and ciliates. Spongy and ciliates, they have transferred the material. Materials are exchanged by body cavities. This is the important for MCQ. We discussed this circulatory system in brief in fourth chapter, that first circulatory system the first well-developed circulatory system is seen in the Annelida, that is of closed type. So first circulatory system in animal, that is in Annelida, closed type. But open type first in number, but as compared to the number of circulatory system on the second one, Arthropoda consists open type of circulatory system. Okay, so now let us discuss in detail about the blood. Here, the blood is special connecting tissue. Here, blood is a special connective tissue. Why? Here, other connective tissue means what? That the fluid portion of the connective tissue, it is formed by the cells itself. Suppose example, yes, we had remaining this chapter. We had not discussed with this chapter connective tissue. Actually, it is there in the animal tissue. In animals, 4 types of the tissues are there: epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue, and nervous tissue. So, other connective tissue means in the connective tissue, the fluid portion, we say that matrix. The fluid portion is formed by the cells of itself. Suppose example, the bone is there, so the fluid portion of the bone is formed by bone cells. But here the blood is a special connective tissue. Why? Here the blood plasma. The fluid portion of the blood, that is blood plasma, is not formed by the blood cells. Blood plasma is formed somewhere else. It is at a different site, and blood cells are formed at the different site. Okay, now next very important point. Blood covers 8% of our total body weight. Your body weight is whatever. Out of your body weight, 8% of the body weight is covered by blood. Okay, and here in human being, in adult human, the amount of blood is fixed. You know that in adult one means in males after 21 year and in females after 18 years. Adult stage is there. So generally we say that 18 years after that. So male consists 5 to 6 liters blood is there, and in females 4 to 5 liter blood is there. So male consists normally 5 to 6 liter blood, whereas female consists 4 to 5 liter of blood. Due to any reason, if 12 percentage of the blood, so what do you mean by 12 percentage? So in males and females, you can assume that in both very common 5 liter blood is there. So 12 percentage of 5 liter means 600 ml. So due to any reason, if 600 ml of blood is lost in any manner from the body, the person will die. Okay, here it is known as hemorrhage. Let me clear this word. If someone says you that what is hemorrhage, immediately the idea is there in your mind that hemorrhage is brain hemorrhage. But brain hemorrhage is different and this hemorrhage is different. What is hemorrhage? Hemorrhage is known as excessive bleeding. Hemorrhage is known as excessive bleeding. Suppose one person has accident right now. That person head, limbs are damaged and heavy bleeding occurs. So what we can do? We can first try to stop this bleeding. Why? To prevent the hemorrhage. So hemorrhage means excessive blood loss from the body, and might be what happened here, if excessive blood loss is there, hemorrhage is there, it led to less amount of the body fluid, that is blood, leads to death also. Or sometimes if you had heard that in accident instant death occurs. So majoritarily here death, instant death. Instant death reasons are only three, majoritarily, primarily, okay. One is damage to the diaphragm. Someone has asked me that, sir, if puncture is there in the diaphragm, then what happened? I had given the answer, immediately the person will die. Why? Because you know that the diaphragm is main respiratory organ of our body. Respiratory muscle. So if diaphragm got punctured, second, if there is a damage to the heart and lungs and excess blood loss, that is hemorrhage. Mainly here these three reasons are behind the death. Okay, let me clear what is brain hemorrhage. See, carefully listen it. If the person has high blood pressure, due to high blood pressure, artery ruptures inside the brain. So, arteries of brain are ruptured, bleeding occurs. This is known as internal bleeding. Yes, we have two types of bleeding. If blood is coming outside of the body, that is known as external bleeding. And if internal injury is there, internal bleeding is also there. And you have sometime examined on your body that if you have internal injury, the green or black color patches can come on that side. This indicates blood is there at that region. Yes, gradually this black scar is repaired. The body, that part become normal one gradually. Okay, move back to the brain hemorrhage. If the person has high blood pressure, so the artery of the brain ruptures, internal bleeding occurs. So the characteristic of our blood is that the blood comes outside of the body, it is coagulated. Clotting occurs. So when blood comes out in brain, so at that place clotting occurs, and this clot is due to brain hemorrhage, and this brain hemorrhage leads to formation of the tumor of the blood. Blood ની ગાંઠ બની જાય. And when this tumor of the blood can be formed in the particular area of the brain, so that area can control our body mechanism, that mechanism is affected. Just for example, you know that we have frontal lobe. Yes, the anterior-most portion, that is frontal lobe. As you had learned this in 10th standard, that frontal lobe controls voluntary activities of our body. So if brain hemorrhage is there in the frontal lobe, then voluntary activities are affected, we got paralysis. Yes, voluntary activities are stopped, that is known as paralysis. The limb movement stops. Suppose the tumor is formed at the area, speech area. Yes, I will tell you in the brain, that is speech area known as Broca's area. So the words are pronounced by the person one by one. Okay, that is controlled by the Broca's area. So if the tumor is formed there, the person becomes speechless. Okay, so this is brain hemorrhage. Okay, fine. So excessive blood loss, that is known as hemorrhage. So due to any reason, the person lost around 12% of total body fluid, that is blood, the person will die immediately. So majority we prevent the hemorrhage in the person. Okay, now the blood consists 3 parts. Actually 2 parts are only there. Okay, one thing I want to tell you, blood is a special connective tissue. It is pale yellow color and extracellular fluid. Okay, later on I will tell you here after this. So blood consists 2 things, blood plasma and blood cells. Blood plasma possesses around 55% of total blood components, whereas blood cells covered 45%. So these are also important for MCQ. Fine. Here blood cells are of three types. WBC, or we say that leukocytes, white blood cells. Okay, WBCs are known as leukocytes, whereas RBCs, red blood cells, also known as erythrocytes, and blood corpuscles. Yes, these all are blood corpuscles, but some specialized cells are there, known as platelets, are also known as thrombocytes. So in our blood, three types of the cells are there: WBC, RBC, and platelets. Whereas here, WBCs are nucleated. Whereas erythrocytes and thrombocytes are anucleated. Yes, you understand this word, that WBCs are nucleated means nucleus is present inside it. So genetically we require these leukocytes for experiment purpose. If we isolate the WBCs, then we have obtained the DNA from it. Yes, RBCs are anucleated, means nucleus is absent there, whereas nucleus is also absent in the platelet. Platelets are useful for blood clotting mechanism. Fine. So this is the brief information of the blood and its components. Now, blood is extracellular fluid and it is pale yellow or colorless. You know that majority on the area where we got the injury, after few minutes we observe that on that area that pale yellow fluid is there. That is nothing but known as plasma. Plasma. Okay, so plasma is blood plasma. Blood plasma is extracellular fluid. Blood is extracellular fluid as well as blood plasma is extracellular fluid, and it is pale yellow in color, or we say that colorless. Okay. Here, let us discuss with the components of the blood plasma. Okay. Here, when you think about the components of the blood plasma, first of all, water. Around 70 to 90% of our blood, it consists of water. So apart from the water, it consists some ions also. So here some minerals are there: sodium, potassium, magnesium, calcium, bicarbonate and phosphate. Apart from this all, sodium and potassium maintains ionic balance. Yes, you know that the activated pump, that is sodium potassium pump, and majority to create the nervous impulse. You know that in nervous tissue, when we give the any type of the stimuli to the nerve fiber, the nerve produce the impulse. So that is by sodium potassium. So sodium and potassium are very brief minerals are present, and along with that here I can forgot also chloride, Cl minus. Sodium, potassium and chloride, and as you know that chloride and bicarbonate are useful in CO2 transport, and chloride, sodium and potassium, these three are also useful in the ionic balance inside our body. Okay. Magnesium. Activation of such enzymes. Magnesium. Yes, you know that glycolysis and Krebs cycle. Yes, in our body we obtain the energy just same like to the glycolysis and Krebs cycle. So for that you know that magnesium is essential. Magnesium is essential for activation of the hexokinase, right? Pyruvate decarboxylase dehydrogenase like enzymes. Calcium. Yes, calcium has three functions. Structural component of the teeth and bone. Calcium and phosphorus are structural components of teeth and bone. As well as calcium is very helpful for muscle contraction I will tell you this in 20th chapter and helpful for clotting of blood. Now, here I can write bicarbonate ion. So here I can erase this from here. Bicarbonate, yes, you have remembered this. Bicarbonate in the form of sodium bicarbonate and potassium bicarbonate. This is helpful for carbon dioxide transport through the blood. Fine. Along with that, phosphate ion. Phosphate ion acts as a blood buffer. Phosphate ion. It acts as a blood buffer. What do you mean by blood buffer? Here, the buffer means it maintains the pH of the blood. Yes, in any manner, our blood pH cannot be altered. So, the normal pH of our blood is 7.4. You know the pH scale. pH is 7, that is known as neutral pH. Below 7, it is known as acidic pH. And above 7, known as basic pH. So, according to the pH 7.4, you think about that our blood pH is slightly basic. Our blood is slightly basic, 7.4. So, phosphate ion acts as a blood buffer. And last, chloride. Maintain ionic balance or acid-base balance. Helpful for CO2 transport through the blood. So these are the very important major minerals of our blood. Now here you remember this, sodium and potassium are also useful to maintain the acid-base balance inside the body. Also fine, ionic and acid base. Now, let me discuss with the, so first component is water, second is some minerals, and third plasma proteins. In our plasma, blood plasma, some proteins are also present there. So these proteins are three. First, okay, here plasma proteins are of three types. Albumin. Albumin maintain acid and pH balance inside the body. Sometimes what happens that in person the albumin is excreted by urine, that is known as albuminuria. As a result, acid base and pH balance is altered, and due to alteration in the pH, deformity occurs, difficulty occurs. So albumin maintain the pH and acid of our body. Globulin. Globulin protein, if it is bind with the heme group, that is known as hemoglobin. So hemoglobin acts as a respiratory pigment. So hemoglobin transfer oxygen and carbon dioxide from lungs to the tissue and tissue to the lungs back. Whereas if globulin is converted into some other substance known as immunoglobulin, I will tell you in detail structure and function of the immunoglobulin in 12th standard 8th chapter. So this immunoglobulin is nothing but antibody. So if any type of the pathogen or antigen, just we say that bacteria, virus, protozoa, whatever. So if any type of antigen is entered inside our body produce antibody against it and fight against. So that antibody production, that is known as defense mechanism of our body, that is controlled by immunoglobulin, Ig. And the last one, that is fibrinogen. So fibrinogen is useful for clotting of the blood. So platelets and fibrinogen are helpful for clotting of blood. So here I can stop now. Thank you very much to all.